Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, retailing for $199.99, is compatible with Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Windows PCs. It has a noir layout and a healthy amount of room between the stick and buttons, both of which are big pluses in my book. Being a Hori product, it means of course that the buttons and stick used are Hayabusa components. What does that actually mean? In my experience, it means that they are fine for use, but they are a little louder than the Sanwa equivalents. And how you feel about the extra noise is a matter of opinion. However, that does lead to one of the selling points of this stick. It is very easy to open up and modify. So if they are too noisy for you, you can put in whatever you'd like, so long as it will fit. Now of course, I did my testing on this stick with my usual mix of fighting games and arcade classics. Unfortunately, I found out that some of my usual go-tos, the stick is simply not compatible with for whatever reason. The entire arcade series had this issue. Dig Dug, Galaga, Pac-Man, and Miss Pac-Man. I found no issue with any fighting game that I tried, and I didn't bother trying anything that an arcade stick would not be ideal for. You're not gonna play Grand Theft Auto with a stick. And it became kind of a game of, well, what will work and what won't? Sega Genesis Classics did not work. Castlevania Advanced Collection worked very well. An Xbox 360 title, Dungeons & Dragons Chronicles of Mystera, absolutely worked. Great way to play this game. The Namco Museum Archives absolutely works on these. Might be the NES versions of some of these games, but at least I can play Dig Dug on here with the stick. All of the Konami collections I tried worked on this. Arcade, Contra, Castlevania. Hollow Knight, it did not work on. And this one really disappoints me. So as you can see, it is kind of hit and miss as to what games will actually work with this stick. The games that it does work with, it works wonderfully with, and can really enhance your experience. But if it's not a fighting game, and is just an arcade game or other 2D game, there seems to be no rhyme or reason to what will and won't work. I did make an attempt to see if there was some list of compatible games online somewhere, and I personally could not find such a list. But if your only goal is fighting games, and you are an Xbox player, this is quite literally the only game in town for a fight stick that doesn't require you to plug in another controller in order to use it. And yes, it is very annoying when using, say, a Mayflash stick that you have to have a Xbox One controller tethered to it at all times. But I've never found a game that I can't use a Mayflash stick with. So, is the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha worth your money at a price of $200? If all you care about is fighting games, then yes, it is worth your money in that instance. However, if you are like myself and intend to use it for more than fighting games, you like your 2D games, your arcade games, etc., this is not a good use of your $200. The fact that it is that expensive and does not work with every game you throw at it is a deal breaker for me. You would be better served by a Mayflash F500 Elite that is only $150. You might need to tether a controller to it, but at least it will work with everything. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.